yeah. I want to come.
The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles?
Welcome to the Morning Skate, episode 348. Your host, Ked, joined by my co-host, Brownie. We also have another little intro coming up in a sec. But, Brownie, how's everything going right now?
I'm good. I was told recently I've been cranky, so I'm going to try to fix that. For those out there in the morning skate world, some of us have responsibilities that are kind of a drag and make you tired and cranky. But I'm trying to save all my venom for when we're not recording and when I'm not posting. So, hey, everything's great.
Get pucks deep, man. We want to introduce you, new podcast producer,
Not to
Jesse.
me, everybody.
Yeah, to everybody. Jesse, he's hopping on the pod. We put out something recently about trying to get more and more people involved with the morning skate, what we have going on. If you guys listen to this podcast, you kind of know that Brownie and I shoot from the hip quite often, and sometimes what we say isn't correct, and that's why we have a mea culpa segment. Little things like this. So Jesse, Stat Guy Jesse, podcast producer Jesse, welcome to the podcast. How's it going, buddy?
Thanks, man. I'm doing well. I'm just watching the Rangers lose right now to the Winnipeg Jets, so you know how that goes, I'm sure.
Yeah, and strategically, you are a Rangers fan, so it is kind of nice to have another Rangers guy on the pod. Just saying.
So we could all hate each other and the Rangers together. Yeah.
Well, it's just nice because now I'm not going to get ganged up on by Brownie and whatever special guests he just pops in from time to time. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. So
Wait. But he's also in Seattle.
Okay, yeah. Jesse, give us a little background for the listeners here.
Give us your elevator first date.
So I grew up in New York City. Unfortunately, the worst borough of New York City. I grew up on Staten Island.
I was going to guess Staten Island.
The worst borough.
I want that though. Ready.
Obviously, I needed to get out of there. I ended up moving to the Seattle area. And it's been a ride, man. I've been really excited to be able to see the Kraken come to fruition. Being a fan of an original 6 team, you don't get to see this stuff. So being able to see a franchise come together and come to life has been really awesome.
Plus, I have sick jerseys, which is kind of a nice thing too. They're
nice colors, cool rink. Have you been to the rink?
I have. I've been to the practice rink. I watched the practices a couple times. I'm going to see the Rangers play there next week, this Sunday actually. So the whole arena is awesome. Very state of the art. Also very expensive.
Climate.
It's the only green. Remember we talked about it. It's the only green energy rink in the world. Correct. It's neutral carbon footprint.
Yeah, they just had that happen last year, I believe.
They just they equaled it back. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, nice. Very nice, very nice.
Well, welcome to the podcast, man.
Yeah. You want to go with? I don't like Stat Guy Jesse.
No, I don't either. I think this should be let's not name it now. This is definitely going to be something that kind of goes on. Maybe get Carp involved to see if he has any cool ideas. Maybe Fink, who knows? But yeah, Jesse, there will be a nickname coming your way at some point here. So let's just kind of hop into our mea culpas, and this is kind of everything that we talked about last week, but was wrong. So here we go.
Hi, this is Mea Culpa, and I'm here to introduce the Morning Skates Mea Culpas with Ked and Brownie.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love all these in between little transition videos.
I do love that. That's
I forget that those are there all the time. All right, so mea culpas. The astronauts are finally back on terra firma after spending an extra 2 months than they were expected on the International Space Station. They are finally returned safely to Earth.
Are these the ones that we talked about? They were gone for a while, and it's like, hey, do you think they're
60 days? I don't know, probably. But I mean, 30 days in, you got to be like, are we ever going home?
That's got to be a terrifying thought.
Yeah, and I don't know what I don't know the gender. I don't know what was up there. I just know it was 2 astronauts. I don't think, I'm sure they've released their names. That's a mea culpa and a mea culpa.
Okay.
The ones that were stuck on the Boeing Starliner, is that who you're talking about?
Is that what it was?
This might be a second set of astronauts, dude.
Yeah.
There was a set of astronauts that have been they weren't supposed to come back for a while. Is this a separate set or is this the same set?
I believe this is them.
I thought it was way longer than 6 days. Okay, well, good on them.
Whatever. It was Jake Evans that Scheifele blew up for the Canadiens. We weren't sure.
Okay.
And then the guy that Muhammad Ali knocked out, Sonny Liston, who was mob-owned, reportedly, allegedly, before the Liston family comes after me.
Allegedly.
And then allegedly. Update on our favorite running back, Ashton
Yep.
Genty.
Yep.
From Boise State, who's now 8-1. He currently has 224 carries for 1,734 yards, 23 touchdowns with a 7.7 average and 193 yards a game is what this kid is doing.
Is that good?
Yeah, hey, the way the Raiders are playing, they may have the first pick, so.
That's insane. All right, so that's everything we fucked up. Now we're going to talk a little hockey, a little NHL in the news. Here we go. All right, guys. So we're gonna start with Winnipeg. They're playing the Rangers right now. Jesse, you got an update on that score? You watching?
It is 4-3 with 11 minutes left in the third.
All right, cool.
I will say the one. Who was that goal? Who had the goal earlier? The give and go at the net where you batted it up and over the defenseman.
I saw that. I didn't see who it was, but that
was for Winnipeg. It was one of the prettiest goals I've seen this season. That was all I saw of the Rangers game. That's my contribution. Winnipeg's nasty. Go ahead. Continue.
Kyle Connor has points in 12 straight games. 13 now because he just scored tonight. By the way, I don't know if this is bad or not, but I definitely put him down as an anytime goal scorer. I hate betting against my team, but nailed that. So shout out to me.
It was Velarde got the goal. I think it was the first goal of the game.
This is the second longest streak to open a season by an American-born player behind Kevin Stevens with Pittsburgh in 92-93. When went 13 straight to open the season. Connor Hellebuck set the franchise record for the longest shutout streak at 191 minutes, 47 seconds, and is playing so well that when the Jets recently hosted Dallas, the crowd mocked Dallas goalie Jake Onger with chance of U.S. backup. I thought that was pretty.
Dude, that's clever. I mean, that's like Premier League soccer. You know, sorry, Fink. I know
they're professionals and shit, but like if I'm Andre, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
You gotta laugh. I mean, you have to laugh at
supposed
that.
To be nice. What the hell is that about?
Yeah, you're not wrong. They are supposed to be nice, but I guess in this circumstance they weren't.
Not when it comes to
he's still he's still on the team for the U.S. team, so
yeah, he's a good goalie.
Yeah.
More Winnipeg. The Jets became the first.
But, you know.
He became the first team in NHL history to win 14 of their 15 games played to start a season. They're looking to win 15 right now. Their only loss so far this year was the Toronto Maple Leafs on October 28th. Winnipeg, man, they're just like a weird team every year where we either pick them and they don't do shit, or we don't pick them and they do shit. And this is exactly what happened. I think at the beginning of the year, we're like, Jets are probably going to suck. Shoved it right up our hoop, as they always do.
But you have to that speaks to our consistency.
Yeah, 100%. The more you see a difference. Also, remember the whole Scott Arneal hiring where like this is terrible.
Oh, remember Commie came
yeah,
ripped him. Yeah, and he's pushing all the right buttons.
Holy shit, not good for us. The NHL, when Minnesota played San Jose last week, the youngest player in the NHL, Macklin Celebrini, scored on the oldest player in the NHL, Marc-Andre Fleury. Celebrini's 18, Fleury's 39. The Flowers' NHL career is 3 years older than Celebrini. This Celebrini kid, dude, like the highlights of him, I know he got hurt a little bit, but like it's always nice when you have a young kid who wants the puck. You know what I mean? Like he wants the puck and he fucking skates.
You see the play with him. What's the kid from Philly? Mitchkov?
Yeah.
Punched him in the face on their first time on the ice together. I like that.
I liked. I think it was the same game. Mitchkov. I think Eric Johnson just scored. There's a face-off at center ice, and who's like the big enforcer on the Sharks? I forget his fucking name. But he lined up with Mitchkov, punched him in the face, and Eric Johnson skated right over and fought him, which he had no business doing that. But it's nice to see the Flyers kind of like pitching in.
He's a real one, man. They fucking loved him in Colorado. Loved him.
More NHL overtime goals. Who was the most in history? Can Kev give me the top three all time in overtime goals?
The overtime goals leaders, the 1, 2, and 3. St. Louis just scored against the Bruins. All three of them are active.
Ovechkin,
number 1.
Crosby,
number 2.
McDavid.
Oh, Brad Marchand.
Oh, goddamn, dude. Oh, that's a good one, man. I feel like that motherfucker always scores.
You should have known if I was like, oh, Ked, take a guess, that it was definitely a Bruins player.
Bruins related, yeah. Is he okay, by the way? I saw a play earlier this week where he looked to make a move and it looked like his knee just gave out? Is he playing?
He's fine. He's out there. They were on a power play, but he's out there. Just gave up a goal in the PK against St. Louis. But yeah, no, he's playing. Yeah.
Did he get screamed at again?
Or punched or pushed or benched? No. We'll get to the Bruins. Don't you worry.
Michael Backlund played in his 1,000th game. The native of Sweden has spent his entire NHL career with the Calgary organization after being drafted in the first round, 24th overall in 2007. Over the last 17 seasons, he's put up a stat line of 202 goals, 335 assists, 537 points, with 461 penalty minutes and 1,002 games played. He played in 2 World Juniors and won the Memorial Cup with Kelowna in the WHL. Pretty good career.
Yep.
I mean, Backlund, this is going to sound fucked up, but I never really think about him as a hockey player. Just kind of like just there. But I mean, solid career, play 1,000 games in the show.
17 years with Calgary. I mean, I watched him. I used to watch him play a lot more when I was watching Calgary on the regular, but solid player, middle six, right? He's not going to light the world on fire, but he's not going to cost you either.
Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention about Kyle Connor. I'm watching the Rangers game tonight. And Micheletti, who's like the Rangers play-by-play guy, says that when Connor was going to get drafted, they thought he was going to go higher than what he did, but he wasn't drafted because the general manager that was going to pick him said he had too skinny of a neck.
I heard that.
Which is that's literally like they didn't pick him because he had too skinny of a neck, which is kind of a bizarre fucking reason.
Who was that?
He said he wouldn't divulge the information, but I don't know why he would just say something like that.
Was he talking about the Rangers general manager? He could figure it out.
I don't know. He said it was 2015, and I thought the same thing, Brownie. But then I'm like, I feel like during those times, those were like the 8 years where we didn't have a first round pick. I might be wrong on that. But
how long's Micheletti been with the Rangers?
Long time, ever since JD left. I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah, it had to be the New York general manager.
I don't know. Yeah. Interesting fact, but Anthony Mantha will require surgery on his ACL, out for the rest of the season. I always kind of liked what this guy brought to the table. Big, physical, mean.
Sucks for him.
Yeah, definitely blows. Okay, so we made it 12 minutes before our first Patrice Bergeron mention. So Sidney Crosby has supplanted Patrice Bergeron for the most faceoffs won in NHL history. When Sid won his 14,838th draw, he passed Bergie for the all-time record wins at the dot in NHL history. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool stat, and they're good friends, so I'm sure that he got a nice congratulatory call.
So many fucking face-offs.
St. Patrice is class all the way through. A lot of rumors about Sid being shopped, not shopped, but asking him if he wants to go somewhere because Pittsburgh's just like a gong show. I don't see him leaving, and I know Bissonnette's pushing for Colorado, but I got to be honest with you, it makes sense to go to Boston. Really good. He's boys with Marchand. They're staying both Nova Scotia, a couple of,
Well, they came out today and Dubas said that everybody on the roster can be traded except for Crosby.
And then
unless Crosby goes to him and says, I want out.
And then I don't know if you guys saw, they did trade Lars Eller to Washington again. So.
Yeah, the trades are coming up.
Connor McDavid will miss 2 to 3 weeks with an ankle injury suffered in a game against Columbus, but considered himself lucky it wasn't worse. Also put the question of leadership of the Four Nations turning to bed when asked who should wear the C. It should be Sid for sure. That's not even a question. I wonder how the leadership group for Team USA works out. Ask Brownie. I mean, it's Sidney Crosby. It's clearly his fucking team. I just love how McDavid was just like, that's a joke. Like next. McDavid's probably next in line, I think, in Canada, right? When fucking Crosby hangs him up.
I would say so for something like that. But I mean, you would like to see that from Team USA also, but I don't think you will.
I don't even know who the Team USA's captain would be.
Well, they're pushing for Matthews.
There's no fucking way they'd put if Patrick Kane makes the team, it's definitely Patrick Kane, right? But is Patrick Kane even going to make the team?
Has Patrick Kane ever been a captain?
Unsure.
He's been an alternate his whole time. He's never won the C.
Yeah, but he's a USA hockey legend. It'd be weird.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you 100%. But that's going to be the argument for all the Toronto bias that, well, Matthews is the captain of the Leafs, and that's an original 6 team, and he's the face. Blah, 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 blah.
I'd have to look to see projections USA team to kind of really put a C on somebody's jersey. Like, I would love McDonough, but I don't even know if McDonough's going to make the fucking team. Like,
I'll tell you right now, give it to Brady.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too, 100%.
Just to clarify, McDavid did play on November 4th against the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, he's
nice,
back.
Already back.
How do I, Jeff? Fuck yeah, Jeff. I love that.
Saved us a mea culpa.
Huge. Sean Monahan has put Johnny Gaudreau's initial on his own sticks and said he will do so the rest of his playing career. It's kind of a cool move by him.
Yeah. Not a surprise either.
Tonight, Kenzie Lalonde made history as the first female play-by-play announcer on a TSN broadcast. Good on her.
Yeah, she did the Toronto-Ottawa game, which have you noticed this in the last few years because of the Battle of Alberta? They start calling that the Battle of what do they call it? Ontario, yeah, the Battle of Ontario. And I feel like it's so forced. But
I don't like that. Ottawa is beating them right now 3-0.
Oh, I'm always in favor of anyone beating the Leafs.
Score update. The Olympics, per reports that IIHF is working on a plan to include 3v3 hockey as a separate sport in the upcoming Winter Olympics in Italy. That would be kind of fucking cool to see who makes those teams.
Well, it'll be all the people that don't make the varsity squad, right?
I feel like you'd think so, but that 3-on-3 tournament, right, that they had for basketball, I don't think it was like any pros.
No, but it should have been because the USA got smoked, didn't they? So you have a guy that can absolutely fly, but is not. Oh my god! But is not making the big squad.
Yeah,
put him in a 3-on-3.
Michael Grabner would light that shit up. Martin Netchus tied the franchise record for most points in a season for 10 games played with 18, tying Eric Stahl in 2005-2006. I think he did that. He dyed his hair blonde, so people are blaming it on like the hair that he has now. So good on him. Max Pacioretty has been placed on IR with a lower body injury and is listed as week to week at this time. This guy's been a Band-Aid the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
Did you see him being helped off?
Yeah, it did not look
good. Yeah.
No, he's had like arguably like the most horrific injuries in NHL history. Like if you think about it.
Back-to-back ACL tears, and it's probably another one.
Was it Achilles too, right? Didn't he get his Achilles in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his fucking neck. Thank you, Chara. That was a dirty play. Wouldn't expect anything less from a Bruin.
Not gonna stop Chara on his way to the Hall of Fame, though, is it?
Quinn Hughes has joined some talented companies, became the third fastest D-man to 300 career assists. Bobby Orr, 346 games played. Brian Leach, 368. And Hughes, 376. Just edged out Paul Coffey with 377. So, I think he's underrated because I don't watch the Canucks enough. Like I don't see enough of his highlights, but I know he's always putting pucks. Yeah, great player.
He would be great in a 3-on-3, Quinn Hughes.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Why he looks so sad all the time. He's so good.
Yeah,
he does look miserable.
Miserable all the time.
Well, this might be why
related to the other two. That's why.
This might be why he looks miserable. Tough sledding at home as the Canucks have the NHL's worst goals against at home with 4.58 and the second best AAV on the road with 1.99. So.
Oof. What now? I can understand if it was reversed, right? You think it's just the distractions at home for the goalies? It just makes no sense. It's the weirdest thing.
I don't know. Home ice is supposed. I feel like home ice is always an advantage until it like a thought in your head creeps in where it's like, oh shit, like we're at home, and as soon as that thought creeps in, people just they grip their sticks too hard. They try too hard. If that makes any sense.
Who was the guy? Was it Chuck Knobloch who couldn't throw to first
from
base?
second base? Yeah, man, Chuck Knobloch, Yankees.
Something like that maybe gets in the head of the goalies.
Kirill Kaprizov, 7 straight multi-point games, which is a new franchise record for Minnesota. This kid's fucking nasty, dude. Nuts. Another player that I wish I watched play more. Like,
yeah.
Him and Zuccarello, man.
This year, actually.
Him and Zook are fucking so good with the puck. It's crazy.
Well, that's why if you do like Minnesota, our boy Richie does great write-ups about the team.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So check out those on the blog.
Call Brownie. The NCAA voted to officially give CHL players college eligibility next season. There's already being pushback with the contracts, but it looks like it should work out with for the majority of players that want to make the jump. Good on them.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a really, really cool thing that they can do now. I think college hockey is going to take a step in the right direction, which is cool. So,
and you could make this will probably open the door for more players. It's going to open the door for more players in the CHL also, because as they supplant them in the States, those players are going to have to go somewhere. So, I mean, they're going to be players at every level. So let these kids get an education, make some NIL money, and the NCAA be better.
100%. Did you see that one kid got suspended 5 games for calling somebody a Mennonite?
What is a Mennonite? Is that like a...
Do you watch Letterkenny? Do you watch Letterkenny?
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yeah, I saw somebody comment on it. It was like, this guy suspended 5 games for calling somebody a Mennonite, and the first comment was, "But fuck, can they run?" And it was from the letter that had me dying, dude. That's crazy that he got suspended.
That's
this is the same kid who got suspended last year for calling somebody a pussy.
It's not the same kid, is it?
It's the same kid.
Oh, that's funny.
These
So
leagues
that
are
means
soft.
someone's got it out for him, number one, and then number two, that means the head of the officiating doesn't have much of a sense of humor or didn't realize it was a quote.
Bro, if you can fucking if you can't call somebody a pussy, like what's the point of playing in that league?
So
like this,
we were at we had the annual cider day this last Saturday, and we were all there hanging out, having a grand old time. I fucking turned off my phone. Why is it still dinging? But
podcasting hard.
My buddy's kids were like making a ramp with like these pallets and stuff, and they were like doing jumps. So I figured I'd wander over and help / supervise. And my buddy's kid was at the top, and he's looking down at. He's like, I don't know. And in my mind, I was like, pussy. But I was like, I can't yell that.
That'd get you 5 games,
That'll
dude.
get you in trouble.
That will give me 5 games. Probably the dad would have got mad.
NHL trades. Toronto traded Timothy. God damn it, dude.
Liljegren.
Okay. Age 25, $3 million a year.
Oh my God,
2017 first rounder to San Jose for Matt Benning, a 6th rounder, a 3rd rounder, and a 6th rounder. I didn't see this come through. I can't believe they gave up a 1st rounder in this, which is kind of wild. Is Matt Benning good?
What?
I
Sorry,
don't know.
I'm trying to turn off this fucking notification thing.
Podcasting's good. So that's that deal. I'm just going to move on from that one. Vancouver traded Daniel Sprong to Seattle for future considerations. Sprong appeared in 9 games this season with a stat line, a goal, 2 assists, 3 points with 2 penalty minutes, averaging almost 12 minutes on the ice. I'm not a Daniel Sprong guy because there's this one Rangers guy who wanted Daniel Sprong so bad for all these years, and I hate the guy who wanted him, so now I have to hate Daniel Sprong. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I like Sprong.
Washington acquired Lars Eller. We mentioned this earlier for a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick. Moving on from trades, Matthew Barzal is placed on IR, upper body injury. That means he'll miss 10 games in 24 calendar days. They also placed Adam Pelech on the IR after being hit in the face with the puck in a win over Buffalo last Friday. I got to go watch the Rangers play the Islanders. What was it, last week? Maybe a week and a half ago. Pretty sick environment. I walked up the fucking Penn Station, get out of the train, and somebody goes, "Is that guy famous?" I go, "What do you mean?" And I turn around, and 3 feet away from me is Patrick Waugh. And I was like,
No shit.
"Hi, Patrick Waugh." And he's like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Good luck tonight." I told JP, was it JP Pajo? JG? Whatever his fucking name is. I walked by him. I go, "Hey, dude, the suit looks good." And he like smiled at me, and I go, "Not." And I just kept walking. So nice little subtle jab. The Rangers took it away at home. But the Islanders, I mean, they keep blowing leads. Now they're missing their best players. It's really tough time to be a junior varsity fan, in my humblest opinion. All right, way to bring the conversation, boys. Tanner Jeannot suspended 3 games.
I wasn't going to make fun of you because when you told me the story, I called you a pussy for not getting Patrick Waugh to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think he would come on. Tanner Jeannot suspended 3 games for elbow on a hit of Brock Besser. This was kind of a dirty play.
I agree.
Very dirty.
Yeah, I mean, this was somebody, I think he was targeting him kind of a little bit, I would say. Tanner Jeannot plays the game hard, but 3 games, Brock Besser is one of Vancouver's best players pretty much. So you hate to see that. Hopefully
still out.
Yeah, hopefully
definitely.
Colorado activated Arturi Lehkonen from the IR on Saturday. He's expected to make his season debut this week. The absent Ivan to the AHL after putting up 4 points in 12 games. They will also be without Matt Steinberg, who was suspended 3 games for charging Tampa Bay Lightning Eric Chernak during Wednesday loss 5-2. He's given a 5-minute major game misconduct as Chernak left the game, didn't return. And they waived Kaapo Kakkonen, who was claimed by Winnipeg. Georgiev still sucks. I love to see that shit. Landeskog, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was on the ice the other day and before a morning skate. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but it's nice to see at least he's on the ice kind of wheeling around.
Yeah, he looked fast. He looked like, I mean, he's a beast. He's going to come back during like the last 2 weeks of the season, get a nice stretch in before the playoffs.
Yeah. Dallas in a recent game, Jamie Benn won a perfect 16-0 at the dot, became the 6th player in NHL history to win at least 16 in a game since the NHL began tracking faceoffs. Pretty cool stat. This kind of reminds me of, who went? Didn't somebody go 18 for 18 in the NFL this year? Had like a perfect game. It was Jared Goff, I'm pretty sure, in like week 3. It's kind of like that.
Like a quarterback, you mean?
Yeah.
There was one game that Goff had I think he had 6 completions for 85 yards and they ended up winning.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. He's had a few, I think, what do they call it? Passer rating, perfect passer rating games. So that was probably him.
He's sort of friend of the pod. He's not really a friend of the pod, but I'm friends with his fiance or wife's brother. So
Jared Goff?
Yeah, Shane Harper. He was on the pod. He was a captain for the Thunder last year. His
Nice.
sister is engaged to him. Let's see here. Boston signed Tyler Johnson. What a story.
Nice.
NHL raised the cap for the first time in history. All 32 teams in the NHL are worth more than $1 billion each. We'd like to see that.
Crazy, right?
Love that. Your boy, my boy, Jerome McGinley, was appointed to the Hockey Hall of Fame selection committee. Pretty cool. Did you get to meet him at all, Brownie, or no?
I looked for him, and if he was there, I would have introduced myself and asked him to come on the podcast. But I will tell you this: his daughter skates the exact same way. It's insane. She has that wide leg stance like he did, and it's all edge work. And she'll take 3 strides, and she'll go from circle to circle, and you're like, wow, how did that even happen? Yeah, she looks like she's playing a level below. You see guys in beer league that look like they're skating a level too low.
So like McDavid in the NHL.
I wouldn't say that much, but yeah, she's definitely better than the average Ivy League player.
This one sneaked onto the dock. Brandon Hawkins achieved the all-time goal scoring record for the Toledo Walleye with 117 goals.
It's pretty sick, man, for him.
Right, dude. We'll give the Walleye some shine.
Well, it came in with this other story. The other story's great, but then I saw this and I was like,
I got it.
And I wanted to give this guy some shine. 117 goals in ECHL. I don't know how long he's been there.
I was like, how the fuck did this story get there?
But that's fucking putting in the work, man.
It is.
And then this next one, you're gonna fucking love this.
Last Saturday, the Walleye employed 61-year-old Doug Melvin as their EBUG. Melvin last appeared in a game when he did a 4-game stint with the Huntington Blizzard in 1993-94. The Walleye are playing the Idaho Steelheads, and Melvin lives in the area and has become a bit of a legend as an EBUG. As the Walleye, the 9th team he served in this capacity. His elite prospects page is a laundry list of teams. He was invited to training camp with the Flyers in 1979 and got a few looks for the Bruins in the 80s. Still living the dream. This guy fucking loves hockey. Good on him.
I've been trying to find social media for him so we could get him to come on because I just think it'd be great to talk to him. He fucking was a Flyers prospect in 1979.
Definitely fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I love only in sports stats.
Yep.
Jimmy. Oh boy.
Snuggerud, I think.
Sure. 45 goals, 48 assists for 93 points in his first 86 games at the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. His father, Dave, had exactly 45 goals, 48 assists for 93 points in his first 86 games for the Gophers. How did you find that?
I have no idea. It's one of those, dude, I don't know what my algorithm does, but it finds me these most random fucking things and serves them up to me.
All right. Speaking of random things, we're going to dump and change now.
Oh, nice. R.I.P. Quincy Jones. Oh, Ked left. Oh,
no,
R.I.P.
I'm here. I was seeing what the updated score was.
R.I.P. to Quincy Jones, who passed away at the age of 91 in Los Angeles. He was a record producer, composer, arranger, trumpeter, and band leader. Over his 70-year career, he earned 28 Grammys, an Emmy, a Tony, and was nominated for 7 Academy Awards and 4 Golden Globes. He was known for his humanitarian work as well as his musical work as he became active in activism in the early part of his career and never stopped up until, I think, a year ago. He was out doing picket lines and stuff. He is survived by his 7 children. You know who this is? You guys, yes?
Yeah.
I don't, but I do respect trumpet people. So.
He was I think probably the biggest thing he did in terms of financial was he was the producer on Michael Jackson's Bad album, which is, huge. And speaking of trumpets, he at one point had a brain aneurysm that had to get operated on, and they put some kind of clip in his brain, and they told him that he should never play the trumpet again because it could rupture and he would die. And he was like, whatever, he was in Paris, I think, and played the trumpet in a concert and got this searing pain in his head. And they were like, yeah, you partially dislodged it. Shut it down. So he did.
Wild.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but he had a good life. I mean, really, a long life. So, and then this one's sad. Terry Garr. Do you know who Terry Garr is? Either of you?
Nope.
Mr. Mom. You ever see Mr. Mom? Young Frankenstein.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Young Frankenstein. She was Gene Wilder's assistant, the pretty blonde. That's who she is, or was. She passed away at the age of 76 in Los Angeles after battling MS for years. She was a singer, dancer, and actress, best known for her acting roles in Young Frankenstein, Tootsie, Mr. Mom, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as well as numerous TV and stage credits. She is survived by her daughter, Tina Fey, Jenna Fisher, someone other, like a big maybe Amy Poehler, all credited her with being inspiration to them when they were younger. So, and then Whoopi Goldberg is launching the first global women's sports channel. It's going to be called AWSN. Supposedly, it's part of the MSG network and will show women's sports from around the world. I don't know at this point how they're going to pull that off with the different TV deals, but good on her for giving it the A for effort. And then lastly, 43 female monkeys escaped from a medical lab in South Carolina and are still on the loose. The female rhesus monkeys are only between 5 and 7 pounds, excuse me, but very fast and agile. Authorities, I lived in South Carolina for 3 years, and what a fucked up, backwards, idiotic state. The authorities have released a statement that the monkeys carry no disease, and then they go, and they are not contagious. So it's either one or the other, bud.
And
so yeah, good luck and good luck down by where is it? Beaufort, I think it was where it was, out of a research lab. So good luck.
Rangers, they stink right now. They got killed by the fucking Sabres not that long ago. They're losing are they still losing right now, Jess?
It's over. They lost. Okay.
They lost. Mika Zibanejad looks terrible.
Dude.
Laviolette's juggling lines. There was one kind of like low-key funny thing that happened. So last year, Ben Harper, he was like our 6th or 7th defenseman like a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. He was in the AHL and he scored a goal. And when he scored a goal, the goalie that he scored on tripped him and he fell into the boards and he busted his shoulder, had surgery. He was out the whole year. So they played the goalie that he did that to him, and randomly, like the puck's in the corner, he just skates right to the front of the net and buries the fucking goalie against the crossbar. He ended up getting suspended, I think, 3 or 4 games.
Worth it.
It's a fucking Brownie. If you get a chance, what
was that this year? He did that?
Literally just happened. Like, if you get a chance, you got to check out this video. Like, there was no disguising that it was a hockey play. Like, there was nobody around the net. The puck's in the corner. He literally just skates to the net and buries.
You remember who the goalie was?
Don't.
Okay.
Felix Sandstrom.
There you go. Felix Sandstrom. Anyway, Jess, what do you get involved there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Mika Zibanejad stinks. And dude, I was talking to Hal about this not that long ago. You're not gonna win a cup without a number 1 center. And he's like, who's the last team that won a cup without like a really good number 1 center? And I have quite literally no idea. So they got to figure that out.
I just watched that.
Fucking crazy, right?
Hold on, I want to watch that again.
Like, not at all like coincidental or anything. Like, hey, and then immediately turns around to fight people, and people are like, dude, what the fuck did you just do?
He skated in from the left wing dot.
Yeah.
And ran directly into the goal.
Right into him.
That's like a beer league play.
Like, what do you think that hearing was like? Like, Harps, yeah, I did it. Or do you think
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Can you imagine if he's like, you have no proof that wasn't intentional? Like, dude, you skated right into him.
I bet you he was just like, yeah. I bet you, just like Jesse said, he was like, worth it.
And Jesse, because you're a Rangers fan, this is something I kind of want to institute. Moving forward, who's your Rangers hero and your Rangers zero?
Oh boy.
Kind of like this. Maybe we remove Brownie. Maybe we remove heroes and zeros, and we just do a hero and zero of our team.
All right. Well, I got a regular hero, but go ahead.
Okay.
In regards to hero, I'd probably go with Mike Richter. I grew up watching him. I wasn't old enough to remember the '94 Cup win, but ever since watching those games, watching him be in goal, he was my guy.
Yeah,
he was the reason I started loving goaltending.
Oh yeah.
As for zero right now, I'm probably going to go with somebody current, and I'm going to have to go with Mika Zibanejad right now, man. I mean, we were just talking about that game. I was watching that game. He had a wide open net in the left dot and just whiffed on a one-timer. He just doesn't look good, man. I don't know what his deal is right now.
I saw an interview. It was like a locker room interview, and they were like, "What'd they ask him?" They asked him something about like the 5-on-5 play, and he was like, "Well, we need to score more power play goals." And they were like, the interviewer was like, "No,
He's
5-on-5."
a special teams player.
Yeah,
Now
basically.
now it's starting to come out. Same with Kreider, except for Kreider scores a shit ton of goals on the power play. But if you look at those two 5-on-5, I think this is the 7th consecutive game that he hasn't scored or have a point 5-on-5 or something along those lines. It's just been bad.
They were miserable 5-on-5 last year too.
Yeah, just you're not gonna fucking win the games that count.
But you know what you can do? You can DJ.
You can DJ.
Cool.
But you could also be playing 500 hockey like the Bruins. Give me a little update on your bees right now.
Oh, if you want to feel better about the Rangers, let's talk Bruins. I'm sorry.
Before you get into it, really, really quick, yes or no? Is Montgomery on the hot seat?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, cool. That's
100%. To be honest with you, he might not come back from this road trip. They might just leave him in Dallas. They are 7-7-2, which again, just like last podcast, the most 500 record you can fucking have. 4 points behind Toronto in third and 1 point ahead of Tampa Bay and Buffalo. So here's the only bright spot.
Well, glass half full. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is not playing well either. That's also
no, they're horrible.
Like, if you're gonna suck, now's the time to suck.
Yeah. Marchand became the 9th player in franchise history to score 80 career power play goals. He's now in 4th ahead of Rick Middleton in goals scored for the team.
It seems like every week we talk Bruins, he's doing some sort of milestone.
Yeah, he's on his 17th year or whatever it is. But I will say this, it's heartening for Marchand's looked at by a lot of smaller players. He came in as a 4th line guy, worked his way up, and now he's the captain. And, say what you want about his antics and, sometimes his over the line stuff, but the guy's a fucking beast. And 32 teams would want him on their team.
And he's tough as shit, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
He's tough as fuck. Like people, he's a rat, dude. He might not throw fucking huge bombs with heavyweights, but he plays the game fucking hard, dude. If you ask me about Brad Marchand, that's what I would describe him. A fucking pest who played the game super fucking hard.
Yeah, but look, and the toughness is not only fighting and stuff, but playing through injuries.
That's what I'm saying. He was hurt as fuck last year, wasn't he?
What's that?
Was he didn't he have 2 surgeries on his hip?
Double hip. Double hips, yeah. And he had Chara, right? What he went through, and who was his line mate? He had Bergeron,
Yeah.
Bergeron fucking played a game with a punctured lung. You think Mika's doing that?
No.
All right, so their recent loss to Ottawa, 3-2 in overtime after scoring 2 goals in the second to tie it up. They went the entire third period without a shot on goal.
Yeah, I did see that.
I saw that.
Fucking brutal.
Tough.
Their NHL rankings. This is in 5-on-5. 26 in goals per game, 23rd in shots per game, 9.11 shooting percentages, which is the 7th from the bottom, and a 12.5 power play, which is the 2nd worst in the league. Just horrific. There's no secondary scoring. So over the summer, all the talk after the Florida series, all the talk was we can't have it all be on Pastrnak. We can't have it all be on Marchand. We need secondary scoring. Charlie Coyle had a career rear. Morgan Geekie had a career rear. Trent Frederick. We can't expect them to repeat that. It was lightning in a bottle. We got to get secondary scoring. And what they do? They went out and got Lindholm, who has been a great two-way player, but he's a setup guy. He's not a scorer. And Zadorov, who I'm starting to think that they may have overpaid for Zadorov. This guy, by what I've seen, is a 3rd pair defenseman. He's not top pair minutes, which is a tough one to swallow. They let DeBrusk, who I was fine with, Heinen and JVR leave, but those are all secondary scoring. Poitras, whatever you say his name, is now in Providence, which it made sense for him to go. He doesn't have to clear waivers. But the most consistent line is the 4th. Mark Kastlick, Cole Koepke, and Johnny Beecher. 5th, 4th, and 6th in points. Now, I know plus minus is not – it's an old fucking man stat, right? We don't do it in the modern NHL.
I love plus minus.
Same. But Pasta is a -2. Marchand is a -3. Lindholm is a -1. Koepke is a +11. Kastlick's a +7. And Johnny Beecher is a +3. The only other forwards on the entire fucking roster that are plus are Zacha and Johnson. And Johnson just got signed. They left him sitting in limbo for how long? They finally signed him, and he was getting first-line minutes because Montgomery doesn't know what to do. Now, I'm not a good enough hockey analyst to tell you that it's the left wing lock is not doing right. The second, the 3F is not lining up in the neutral. I don't know all those technicals, but I will tell you this: you go third period without a shot on goal, it's a fucking effort issue, right? They're also the forecheck has been non-existent. The reason the fourth line's successful, it's straight fucking line hockey. They chip the puck in, they go get it, they use transition, they do 2-on-1s on the wall, and they work north-south. The overpassing by this team makes me want to lose my fucking mind. I wish I could show you guys the fucking trail of text between my buddies that are texting during this game right now. They're down 2-0 to St. Louis. They gave up 2 power play goals. St. Louis has 14 shots on net.
You hate to see it, man. Is the Boston's run over? Who knows?
I don't know. I think they always get the bounce back when you make a coaching change because they're clearly not firing Neely and Sweeney, which is really probably the thing that needs to happen. But I mean, Chris Kelly as an interim wouldn't be a bad call. He's got the respect to everybody in the room. Won a cup there, so we'll see what happens. I don't see Montgomery. His contract's up at the end of this year, so it's an easy see you later, bud.
Do you place any blame on Swayman at all?
No, I don't. Because tonight, both those goals were backdoor tap-ins. It was like that first goal that went in on Igor. He had no chance. And, yeah, he held out, and he looked rusty the first couple of games. When you're getting shut out, it doesn't fucking matter what he does.
Okay.
And if you don't get a shot on net in the third period, you cannot blame the goalie. And I will say this, because I know they're all listening, you Facebook fucking morons. You don't just look at it and go, oh, fucking Swayman sucks. Watch the fucking game. God, I hate that. But anyways, no, I don't think it's Swayman.
Rumor mill, Swayman might suck. We'll figure it out next week.
Oh, that'll be the clip. That'll be the first clip.
Northeastern, Brownie.
From the bad news to the good news. Northeastern, team 7-5-1 overall, 5-3-1 in Hockey East. Goaltenders Aaron Frankel and Gwyneth Phillips, both friends of the podcast, have been added to the U.S. roster for the rivalry series. I don't know if you caught any of these games. They were fucking great games over the weekend, and they play again, I think, later this week. There's a 7-game series. Lisa Jonsson, who Carp told about, she's the Swedish, right?
More than likely, yes.
Yes. She's a Swedish freshman goalie. She's like 6'2". She got her first 2 shutouts at the collegiate level. She came in and stoned UConn, who was ranked 10th at the time. 24 saves first game, 37 the second. And Tuva Candel, the defenseman, was named Defensive Player of the Week. Eloise Caron named Hockey East Rookie of the Month for September and October when she put up 10 and 9. And Northeastern has the 3rd best penalty kill in the NCAA at 9.29. So, yeah, I feel like they're over that little hump, and I think playing UConn was a nice – because UConn, remember, knocked them off last year for Hockey East Championship. So it was a nice little back at you, and they got Maine this weekend, and I think I'm going to be at both games, so that should be fun.
All right.
That'll be awesome.
That's it.
All right, so let's hop into our beer league talk.
You gonna be able to do this?
Maybe.
Look at that. I don't see anything.
Well done.
Whoa. Oh, I like this.
Like that.
So, Beer League
zoom in on
brought
it.
to you by Beauty Unis. We're showcasing the New York Bodega Cats. These are sick.
So this is it looks like it's a cream white with like a 1970s surfer Venice Beach kind of vibe where it looks like sunset colors. You got red, orange, and yellow, which is going up. It's yellow, orange, red on the hem, and then on the sleeve it looks like it goes the other way, red at the top, and also across the chest. I can't really make out. It looks like a sunset. Oh, is that the Brooklyn Bridge? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Wait, Brownie, I'm like, do you guys have the lottery in Massachusetts?
Yes.
Does it look like this?
Different logos.
No.
Okay, so this is like the New York Lottery logo.
Yes.
Oh, it is? Oh, that makes it even
I'm
better.
like, you're talking, and I'm like, there's no way this is happening right now.
We don't know.
Right.
We have the lottery, but it's not that logo.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Well, that's the New York. It's probably the New York lottery then.
Yeah, and the Bodega Cats, I think these are sick. This is brought to you by Beauty Unis, superior quality jerseys, complete hockey uniforms, bag and apparel.
Don't look away. Look the part.
If I was living in New York City and these were our jerseys, I think that'd be sick.
Those are pretty sick because as you know, every bodega has a cat. So
I think those jerseys are awesome. I love the play on the New York lottery logo. The bodega.
Is that why it's a circle like a lottery ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool.
Those are nice jerseys, as always.
So beer league update, Brownie. We're still winless. Two games ago, we played this team. They were all fucking like Division 3, Division 1 people. A lot of people like literally just started playing beer league, and they just stopped playing D3. So my buddy Rack, who used to be on our team, came home, and me, him, and Blair on our line. We scored like fucking 5 goals in the first like 6 minutes. We're like, holy shit, we're gonna win. And then we ran out of fucking gas, dude. And we ended up losing that game. And then last game we fucking tied 2-2 in a beer league hockey game. So the boys are not playing well right now, dude. We have a game Friday. Clap can't make it. I'm kind of on the fence about going. It's been tough sledding for the boys.
Hey, speaking of Clap, this just reminded me. Did you tell Clap about the email?
The email.
Oh,
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Said he appreciated it. It wasn't his style, but he thinks it's cool.
Well, did he tell his wife then? She might do it.
I don't think so.
Okay. You should do it then, Ked.
Maybe.
So I made my season debut. The team was 4-0 when I got there, and I've played 2 games, and we are now 6-0. So
okay. Love that.
Pretty good.
First
game I get there, and they're like, 4D tonight, Brownie, you want to skate out back? I'm like, it's my first fucking game and my 3rd skate in like 8 months. No, I don't want to play defense. Put me on the wing. So I played wing, and then you got to be careful what you ask for, because this last game, it was what do we have? 6 forwards, 3D, and they're like, Brownie, you're at center. So I was like, fuck me. And we won the first game I was there, I think, by 3. And then this last game, we won 8-0, +4, 2 apples. Not a big deal. But yeah, so it's been fun. And we have a game. We played Sunday, and we have a game Thursday, I believe. So,
Jesse, do you play?
I don't know. I haven't skated in a long time.
Okay. All right. Figured I'd ask. For beer league debate, dude. So I was thinking about this. If you were to start your own beer league team, right? What are the 3 different color setups you would choose? And I'm just asking, just in case I were to start a team. The teams in our league, we got a black team, a blue team, a green team, a white team, and a red team, I think. So I need to choose a different color than that. But so I'm like thinking about different like fucking like color setups, whatever it is. Brownie, what are your top 3? Like if you were to kind of just go strictly off of like if you're branding your beer league team, what color setups are you going with?
What were the colors that I can't be?
No, you can be whatever you want. I was thinking about like.
Well, I know you're going to say red, white, and blue. You're going to want some fucking Rangers knockoff nonsense.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of mine for sure.
Yeah. See, around here, everyone, if they can be, is either black or golden black. You know what I mean? And it's like enough. When I was on that team, the Shamrocks, we had sick jerseys. They were the Dallas green with white and the checkerboard hem. They were really nice.
Brown, if you can make your own team, you want to go Bruins colors?
I don't think so, because there's so many teams do it here.
Yeah, but if you were in a league, your team would be the team that was black and yellow. None of the teams would have that.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. If you could pick, like in your perfect world, what would yours be?
I think I would do. I like that the Dallas green. I would do some form of black and gold, but I would do it differently. You know, I would maybe add a little. I really like checkerboard hem. I really do, or stripe hem. Mm-hmm. And then the other one I really like is that Chicago red. I like that jersey a lot. But I got to be honest with you, I would have to do. I don't know who. I think I would kick out Dallas then, and I would do those Kings colors, the alternate, the purple gold. I really like that combo.
I would definitely, my number 1 would be Rangers colors, just so I can wear Ranger shit. I think that'd be dope. My number 2 would be probably the Maine Black Bears with that like baby blue.
Oh, that's a good one. The blue and blue.
And then my other one would be like a checkerboard thing that you're talking about, and they actually have them. The Tennessee Volunteers college hockey team with the orange, and they have like the checkerboard. It's fucking sick. So that would probably be my third.
Creamsicle.
Jesse, what about you? If you had to pick some jerseys to wear,
I really like the Seattle Kraken scheme colors that they've got, particularly that ice blue. I'm a huge fan of that. I do also like that darker blue. I think it's called I actually looked it up. It's called Boundless Blue. It's a little bit darker.
Okay.
As for another one, I like the way that the Arizona State University jerseys look. I'm a huge fan of those. I like the color scheme on them, but it's all about the logo with those too. So I think that's nice. And then for a third one, I don't know, man. I like the black and yellow that the Pittsburgh Penguins got. I also like the black and yellow that the black and gold the Bruins got going on. I like black, so I'm a huge fan of that. I'd probably go with those two.
Black is slimming, right? Is that what they say?
That's why I wear it all the time.
I do like the Huskies, the black, white, and red. I think that's sharp also.
Yeah, those are yeah. Oh wow!
But I will say this: if you are coming up with a jersey and you need a logo, call the guys at Beauty Unis because they will come up with your logo too. Just tell them what you want, and I guarantee you they knock it out of the park.
100%. I think if I end up kind of make my own team next year, again, it can't, all right. So let's talk about this really quick. It can't be black. It can't be red. It can't be blue. It can't be green. Black, blue, green, or it can't be white. Those are the colors it can't be. So there's really not a lot of colors left over.
Flyers, man.
I was thinking orange.
Orange,
because there's really not. You don't really want a yellow team. That's kind of.
I played on a team. I played on a team that we had gold jerseys. We were the Killer Bees, and then the B was like the Bruins B. It was not bad. Those were not bad. You could do like a Flyers.
I was kind of thinking, so you know how Tennessee, like the Lady Vols, they have like the baby blue with the orange?
I was going to say, what about like that's what I was going to say, like a Duke thing.
I was thinking the Tennessee Volunteers with like the baby blue, but I think it would look good with our logo too. So we got the orange and the baby blue in the logo. So that could be potentially.
What's the logo?
Like the Morning Skate logo.
Oh, you're doing Morning Skate ones. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be our team, I might as well fucking do it.
Yeah, that would look good. Yeah, put like a white circle around it to make it frame it, you know?
I think that potentially could be a pretty fucking cool setup. So again, this is an if. It's me winking. Okay, so that's what we had for beer league.
Oh, you're gonna do because I have a hero.
Yeah, we'll do a hero and zero. 1 second. All right, buddy, take it away, man.
All right, I hope I say his name right. Keegan Colasar from the Vegas Golden Knights. Is that right?
You nailed it, dude.
So I read this story. He's chosen to focus his efforts on, I'm just reading this, efforts on helping kids deal with grief, a meaningful cause inspired by his father who passed away in 2020 from COVID. Colasar has built a relationship with Adam's Place, an organization that believes no child should grieve alone by supporting youth who have lost a family member. Colasar donates tickets to every home game to the Adams Place and is hosting a ball hockey clinic for the kids Adams Place serves as a way to bring joy into their lives.
I like that.
That's awesome.
We talk about this all the time. Doesn't need to do it. He's honoring his dad and he's doing something good. I mean, we were at that party on Saturday and there was a little boy there who I don't know, he's maybe 10, 12. And I was talking to one of the parents and he was saying, yeah, his dad died unexpectedly. And the kid's just like, you could see like he's always like he face planted like 3 times going off this jump and he bopped up every time. He's like, I'm good. Just trying to be the tough little guy. And it breaks your heart.
I remember when Travis Hamnick was on the Islanders, he would, after I think it was pretty much every home game, if there was a kid there that lost a parent, they would come in and talk to him because I think that he lost his dad at a young age. And that was like his way of kind of giving back. You love hearing stories like that. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
What's up, Jess?
As somebody who lost a parent at a young age, like it's important to have something like that in those kids' lives. I wish I had it. So it's really awesome to hear that. That's great.
Yeah.
Attaboy. My hero of the week, I love Pat McAfee, dude. I love what he's doing with College Game Day. Like, this is probably the second year I've been really into college football, and then like NFL this year, like a lot more because now that I'm fucking gambling on it. But Pat McAfee makes college game like, dude, it's must-watch TV every time he's on there, dude. I don't know if you saw him at LSU, but he started this chant where they go, "Suck that Tiger's dick, bitch," right on ESPN. He's like, "Oh, hilarious!" They're doing like the kick thing where they bring up a student and they'll either pay for his college or donate money to charity. And then shout out to Herb Street, his dog Ben passed away. That was in the news.
I saw that Lee Corso.
Yeah.
Comfort him. What was the thing? I saw something that McAfee got on a fake stat on the Aaron Rodgers segment. I didn't
see it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
McAfee.
I do like his reaction every time there's a hockey story, and he's like, he just discovered electricity. He's like, "Whoa!" It's like, yeah, man, watch the game.
He's just a cool dude, man. And like, he went to West Virginia and he got arrested for I think he was drunk and went skinny dipping in the river or some shit like that. And whenever they ask him about it, he always makes sure that he says allegedly. And then he became like one of the best punters like in NFL history.
Have you ever seen? If you're listening to this and you haven't, go on YouTube and look up Pat McAfee highlights. The guy was a fucking machine when he played.
Pretty funny, like sellies that he'd do and shit like that. Especially as a
he would also lay guys out.
Yeah,
lay guys out.
So he's probably my hero. I don't know if I really have a 0 this week, dude. Nothing's really been bothering me, I guess.
I don't think I have a 0.
Jesse, you got anything before we wrap it up?
I am ill prepared for that, gentlemen. I apologize.
It's fine, dude. No, don't even worry about it, dude. I'll send you the doc way earlier next week. So if you want to put down notes or whatever, or I'll just share the doc with you. That's probably the best.
Sure.
You mean that 20-minute head start you gave him tonight wasn't
I think it was way longer than 20 minutes, actually, dude. I think it was probably not that.
But I was working.
It's tough. You're on West Coast time, so like if
we go back to your work for a sec. So, do you have any control over what strains that you can get your hands on?
So I actually don't work in a dispensary over here in Seattle. I used to, and when I did, it was pretty difficult to be able to have that sort of power. There's purchasers who do those types of things. For the record, I do work in the cannabis industry. I'm a sales rep for a brand out here. So I go store to store. I try to sell our products. I try to educate them on what we've got going on. And things like that. But in regards to obtaining specific strains, I mean, there's so many different things that are popping up right now that you can find. As long as the producer processor has it, we'll be able to get it in. So
there's a strain that I have been unable to secure, and every time it pops up on like Leafly, it's gone in like hours.
What is it?
Insane in the membrane.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, INZ, insane. And I was in a dispensary in Ked's like, I knew this was coming.
What are we doing here?
I was in we're talking, this is legal, man. Or decriminalized. I was in a dispensary in Maine and I was looking through their stuff and I heard there was clearly a regular. He came in, he was talking to the girl behind the counter, and she's like, "Oh, how did you like it?" He goes, it was too much for me. He goes, it felt like I was high, but also on cocaine. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, what was that, sir? And insane in the membrane is where it was. And the last time it became available, this dispensary for a little further west of where I live, from Boston out in Worcester, I looked on Leafly and called the place, and they were like, oh, we have plenty. We have, I don't remember, but it was something like 35 ounces in stock. And I'm like, sweet. We went there the next morning I think they opened at 10. I think we were there by 11:30. Gone. Not a sniff. So keep an eye out for that one, bud.
There's some spots. I just looked it up. There's some spots by me nearby that have it. So I'll see if I can find it.
We'll have to talk offline. I see a UPS package from Seattle.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not commit any sort of crime, sir.
All right, Brownie, anything else?
Well, as always, God bless you, Jerome McGinley. I wish I had met you up in Hanover, but our paths will soon cross, my friend. I feel it someday, maybe when I'm in the Hockey Hall of Fame and I'm standing in front of your plaque again, and maybe you'll just come up behind me and be like, you Brownie? And I'm like, I am. Maybe that's how it'll happen. Who knows?
Maybe.
Jesse,
welcome to the pod, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you guys soon.